Good morning, water signs. Alrighty, we're doing our readings. Actually, this isn't going to be all water signs. This is going to be we're going to do zodiac sign one at a time, okay? And I've gotten earth signs, I've done air signs, and it's water and fire. So fire's last since I did fire first for us. I just figured I would do fire signs last because I already did this. And I'm doing them singly. I'm giving you guys single attention because everybody deserves to have one-on-one attention. And I've thought, you know what? I'm not gonna push this, right? I was wanting to do the pick an item because I was trying to encourage you guys to choose with your own intuition, right? So that it would be very, very specific for you. And I thought if I did it by zodiac sign, it was such a broad, range. Whereas if you chose out of 4 different items, you're pinpointing your message. But everybody, it was really clear that when I did a zodiac sign on its own, it got like in one night 4 times the amount of total watches after like a month of doing it the other way. So it's like, okay, what else do I need to see? The numbers don't lie. So who am I to tell you how you want to hear your message, right? Spirit will still deliver you the message that you need to get. I'm just going to ask that Spirit guide my hands and that we be guided to the most useful message for the most amount of people. We're going to pick a message that is broad enough that will affect as many people as possible. Spirit knows how to do that. And then we'll use a whole bunch of clarifiers, and that will give us a lot of different options, right? So that it can be more specific to each person's specific needs. So I'm going to start. You know what I need to do? I need to write it down because even though there's only 3 of you, I forget. So I'm going to start with Scorpio. And we'll do Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And let me write that down. I actually did Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay, we'll do Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces because I already wrote that down. And then we'll do fire signs after this. And I'm sorry you guys don't get outside. I'm going to turn the radio down. I wanted to have the radio on a little bit. Sort of, if there was a message from Spirit as far as lyrics go, that would come in. And we could incorporate that as well. So I'm going to start. We're going to do the singing bowl. Why not? Just because we're inside doesn't mean I can't do it. It's Saturday night. I just got back. I went out to dinner with friends and was hanging out over there, and my girlfriend gets up real early in the morning for work, and so I thought I'll come home and do this. So I had my evening out, enjoyed myself, and there's a big party across the street, so they're not going to mind me putting this music out, right? They've got their music pumping. So here we go. I close my eyes and I let that energy move through my body. It feels really good. I'm sorry I should have thought to turn the radio off when I did that. I should have done that. I hope that didn't distract you from that. Okay, so here we go. Tonight, you guys, we are working with, I thought you guys were going to be working with the Shapeshifters, but I guess you're working with the Oracle of Shadows and Light because this is the deck that I'm shuffling. I just picked it up, and I go with where my hands take me. So I'm asking for correct to neutrality in all levels. What is the message that would be most beneficial for all? Who did I choose? Cancer. For Cancer. What would be the most beneficial message for Cancer signs? 2 more I heard. Correct for neutrality on all levels. All right. You know what's really annoying to me? I've got the fan going because it's quite hot and I didn't want to have the air conditioning on. That's not annoying me. The radio was annoying me. So I think I'm going to turn it off for a moment and I'll go back. But it's like, I don't know what it is at nighttime radio that they get these advertising things going and you'll get like 15 different advertisements before you get a song. It's like, oh my God, I'm done. It's just that noise, right? All right, so here we go. Cancer signs. Callie. I am Callie. So there's an ending of some situation, something in your life. You have called it in. You have asked for this. You may not have understood that you have asked for this, but you have. This is when you're not happy with the way things have been. This is when you've been unhappy in a job, when a relationship has been just toxic or draining, where you haven't been getting anywhere in a situation. This is Callie coming forward, the goddess of destruction. She's like the falling tower. It's basically the falling tower. Now, the falling tower, most of the time people fear the falling tower, but it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. The end of something doesn't necessarily mean that you're not happy with it. You could have asked, like really wanted this. You could be excited about this. But it could be something that comes at you and you don't understand it as a blessing yet. So what she's wearing around her neck are the skulls of the ones she's cut away before. And she wears them proudly because these are reminders. These are lessons that she has learned. And she's coming forward to assist you. 1 and 3 is 4. The angels are working with you. You are guided, protected, and loved. And this is happening in your highest good, whether you see it that way or not. And there is no stopping this from happening. It's already underway. So once you receive this message, realize that there is no stopping the falling tower. There is no stopping this from coming forward. And it's now your job to work with whatever it is, the energies that you are meant to release. Work with her and allow this change to take place in your life. It's futile to fight the change. So this would be anything that's not working for you. Anything that is draining your energy, pushing your buttons, taking your strength, relationships that take from you but don't give back, relationships that are toxic, that are holding you back, that are keeping you stuck. And this is about the death of that. And then, of course, after the destruction of that comes the rebirth. When one door closes, another door opens. And it's very, very powerful energy that's happening here. This is a sweeping away. This is a complete removal. And Callie's here to help you work through this. Help you deal with the changes that are happening and understand that this is essential for your growth and for your happiness. So you're being asked to work with her, walk forward with courage and bravery. And not only that, but welcome it and release the stale energy that is no longer in your highest good. When this is all done, you will wear these as lessons. These will be lessons that you will put in your tool belt. You may not feel this way at this time, but this is the removal, the destruction. So we're going to see by your clarifiers in what way does this apply to you in your life. How is this applying in your life, or maybe what can you do to work with it? I've got this really strange, sorry, I shouldn't do this, but I don't know why this tripod is, there we go. It's in the way where I can't even show you the cards. All right, so Cancers, in what way, let me shuffle these a little bit better. What is this in regards to? What are the different ways that you can look at this? What else do we need to know concerning this? Okay, so this is an upright, positive relationship. This is the giving and the receiving, the exchanging of energy and love, right? That wasn't happening. In this situation, there was no equal give and take. There was no giving of love. There was no exchanging. It was all one person, or if this was a company, it's all giving and not receiving, or all taking and not giving back. This was going on and on, never-ending story. You were not being nourished. You were not being fed. You were not getting the sweetness in life. You were not enjoying. You were not sitting at the table at feasting. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't breathe there. The air there was toxic. It was exhausting you. It was an endless, never-ending loop of exhaustion. And this was not your fate. This is not what Spirit brought for you. This may have been something that you went after. This is not something that you were either willing to take a leap of faith in, or Spirit didn't want you to, or you refused to. To me, everything so far was just, it was not in your highest good. Look, it wasn't blessed. There was nothing about this situation. Nothing about this situation was in your highest good. You were not observing. You may have been in the middle of the thick of things. There may have been drama. This is not a good place for you to be. And Spirit wants you to be happy. This is about rejoicing and realizing, you know what? You just got set free. Released, like these balloons, that takes away anything, any heaviness. This is why this is happening, to bring you this sense of peace and happiness. Maybe you didn't see it coming. Maybe you were completely unaware. And if that's the case, it may come as a shock for you. This ending. Sometimes you're in a situation where you're not happy, but you're so used to it that it becomes, it's just routine. It's what you know. But Spirit says you deserve better than that. And it's time for you to clean it up. This is clean it up. Now, is this you? Was this you that was doing all of this? Or was this happening to you? Spirit's saying it's time for you to clean it up. Clean it up. Get rid of what doesn't work. Work with Callie. That's the message. Can you work with Callie to make sure that this is done? Because you know what? It wasn't what it was presented. All that glitters was not gold. There was something that was hidden from you. Someone was wearing a mask, or it wasn't presented in an honest, truthful way. There is nothing that you're losing in this situation. Or this is you and how someone else feels. It can go both ways, and it can also be someone else in your life. This is what you want. It's time to reach out for a new life. This was not in your highest good. You've lost nothing here. Nothing of value to you. Even though you may not agree with that, there was no reciprocal. There either you, and if you felt there wasn't on the other end. Someone else is reaching for a new life, or Spirit's asking you to. Someone else is seen underneath the mask to the truth of the situation, or you're being asked to. Someone else is cleaning up their life, or you are. You didn't understand. You didn't know. Maybe they didn't either. But everyone deserves to be happy and free. The fact that there was not observation going on here. Now, this is interesting that these come out together. Why is there emphasis on these? I want to know. So, why did you throw that out when the observer popped out? So, the observer is to step back and take a look at things, to not act, right? You're supposed to basically kind of be the silent one, looking at what's going on around you, to make sure that you know that you're acting in a positive way. This is, you're not observing, you're not seeing it, and you're feeling stuck. This is that you need help with this, and that's why Spirit's coming in. All of this was stacked against you in this situation. None of this was working for you. Spirit wants you to be happy. Spirit wants you to reach out for a new life. One that you deserve. One that's going to bring the most benefit into your life. Everything here that we pulled was in reverse. That's why it's happening. Okay. For all the other messages, all the other signs, I gave everybody, we asked Spirit for 2 messages. So we're going to do that for you guys as well. I think after this, when I do the signs, I'm just going to do 1 message each because it's really time consuming for me, like hours. So, but I've done everybody else up until this time. I've given everybody else 2 messages, so you deserve 2 as well. So we're going to go, and it may be something that goes along with this, or this may be a different message altogether. As I said, there's so many people watching that the likelihood of everybody being in the same situation is pretty slim. So let's see what this message is. So it's time to be brave. It's also time to be the leader. So maybe in the situation where you were before, you weren't the leader. Maybe you were under somebody else's control. Nothing was going your way. And here, Spirit wants you to step into the power of your own life. Be the leader in your own life. And take courage. That doesn't mean that you have to come out swinging, right? It doesn't mean that you have to be causing a stink or a fight. This is just about realizing that you can do better, that you deserve better. This is about you stepping into your dignity, your own personal self-respect, embracing the fact that you come from Spirit and you have the ability to manifest into your life what you deserve. This is about, people may be looking up to you. You may have children looking up to you, other people looking up to you. And you've been through maybe a very difficult circumstance, but you've held it together. They're showing you as a queen. Now this can be representing males as well, but they're showing you victorious. You may not feel victorious, but coming through a challenge, you held it together, you survived, you did this, and you're holding your place in dignity. I like that. A queen is somebody who has learned. They're diplomatic, they're powerful, they're courageous. They're coming in a presence of peace. You're not throwing a temper tantrum. You're handling yourself with grace. So you may have to make a speech in front of people. You may need to step up and testify to something. Nothing at this time is being shown that no matter what the circumstances, you have the backing of Spirit and you're not going to back down. You are going to be triumphant. Nothing is going to make you fall apart at this time. You've got power. You're being asked to remember where you come from and who you are, and recognize that there are others that are following you. You are leading as an example. And through your bravery and your this elegant way of handling yourself in this situation, whatever it is, you're going to be such an amazing inspiration to other people. So at this time, it may feel like a great responsibility on your shoulders, but you can handle it. Because nothing is given that we can't handle. To whom much is given, much is expected. To whom much is expected, much is given. So like it or not, you're a leader. Like it or not, people are looking up to you. You may think, you know what, I feel like I've just been run over by a Mack truck. But you haven't. You're still standing. And you're a survivor. And you're strong. And this has made you even stronger. And whether you want to be on a platform or not, you are. Because people are watching you. You are a leader. And you can aspire to greatness. Know this about yourself. I like this. I like this a lot. As somebody who's been through a lot in my life, I like this a lot. And I know you can be in a place where you don't feel like you want to be anybody's example. I don't want to take the lead. I just want somebody to come here and hold me. Well, right now, you've got to be the strong one. So let's see how this applies to you. I'm going to shuffle these a little bit better because I don't want to get the same messages. Correct for neutrality in all levels. So like I said, a situation was not for you, and it's about being dignified and recognizing, you know what, I'm not going to throw a temper tantrum. I'm not going to think that, you know, that wasn't fair and try and get revenge or be the victim. You're going to be elegant about this. You're going to be dignified, and you're going to realize it's not in my highest good. I wasn't happy anyway. This wasn't for me. I've asked for this change, and I'm going to handle myself like a queen, and I'm going to recognize that I deserve to be happy. I deserve the best. I like this a lot. You didn't know. That's interesting to me. This particular one, deep knowing, but in reverse. A deep knowing would say that you've known all along underneath. You knew this. You saw this coming. You were connected to this. You realized this couldn't go on this way. This wasn't in my highest good. It's not something that was working for me. But in the reverse, and for you to get it twice, the snowy owl is the silent flyer. The snowy owl sees past the deception, past the illusion. Maybe what's going on right now is you're just exhausted. Maybe you're missing your signs. You need to get grounded. You're physically exhausted. This has done a number on you, and it's about self-care. It's also about, for all that to have happened in the reverse, your boundaries were not defined. You either didn't define your own boundaries or that of another. Because this can be you or how someone sees you. This is about setting boundaries, energetic boundaries, personal boundaries. This is about removing all of this toxic energy. And the fact that Callie has come and removed this from your life or this situation, you still have energy. You don't want to be vibrating with that negative energy. So a bath with essential oils, with sea salts, Epsom salt, to draw out any negative energy that's stuck to you, but also to release yourself from any exhaustion. It's healing. It's relaxing. This is about loving yourself. This is about having a bubble bath. What's interesting to me is my girlfriend tonight, I haven't seen her in 2 years. We got back together again after, a break apart, and it was wonderful. And what she gave me was a bag with bath salts, with bath bombs. You know those bath bombs? She made them with essential oils. And I thought, clearly I need to do this. I'm exhausted too, so I get this. It's about self-care. So what you get next is round and round. So you got this before, round and round and round and round. So at this point, the message to me is, don't overanalyze this. It is what it is. It's over. It's not going to work for you. It's not in your highest good. So you also may feel like, oh my God, I'm going backwards. After I've take 5 steps forward and 10 steps backwards. But that's not what it is. Because when you look at this, it's like this shell that I have here. If you look at this, it goes round and around, but look at the lines. They're not the same level. It may go round and around. It may not feel like you're getting any higher, but you are. You're going up in a spiral. So you may have circled back and feel like, God, I'm back at the beginning. I'm back where I was before. But you're not, because you've had lessons. You've learned things about yourself. You're going to realize what didn't work for me and what I can do differently the next time. If this is a cycle of, why do I keep attracting this kind of relationship? Well, then you need to ask yourself, how did I get here? What is familiar about this? What lesson am I not learning? What am I not seeing here? Why am I repeating the same story? You're being drawn to the same situation, the same person, the job situation, the same problem, because there's something that you're not seeing. There's something that needs to be healed. You've circled back to a familiar place, but you get to do it again. You're getting an opportunity to look at things differently and start in a different way the next time. As far as relationships go, what is sabotaging you? If you think about the type of people that you're around, who is sabotaging you? Who is supporting you? When you get that familiar nudge or feeling, why do you stay with that? This is a time to figure out, okay, this works for me, this does not work for me. If this is like an echo, or like it feels as though this has come back around again, same place, different face, right? You don't want to be doing this again and again. So this is a time to pay attention to how you've circled back. There was no foundation here. So that's why Callie comes. That's why the Tower comes. It wipes away anything that was not built on a solid foundation. Things are falling apart for that reason. There were lies, possibly. Maybe people weren't honest. Were you not being honest with yourself? Were you not honest with someone else? Were they not with you? Were things being withheld? The truth was not told in this situation. It wasn't the truth of what you saw. Was something presented to you and it wasn't what you thought it was? Were you lying to yourself? Were you deluding yourself, believing it to be something different? Yes. I keep picking the same situation again and again, thinking it's going to be different. Are you doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result? That seems to be what they're showing us. You weren't ready for this. This wasn't for you. This is like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm getting an offer. I'm poised. I'm ready to act. Look at me. I'm elevated in this position, and I'm going for the gold here. This is what you get in the upright. But in the reverse, you're not feeling very confident. You're not ready to move forward. You're kind of like faking it through something. You're not confident with this situation. So it wasn't, there's no mistake that why this has happened. And now Spirit's saying, you must have known. If you're honest with yourself, down deep, you knew this wasn't for you. You knew when everything was going in the opposite direction, this isn't the way it's supposed to be. Deep down, if you're honest with yourself, you will realize that. And you will realize the truth of the matter is, you know, it's right. I called this in. You need to pay attention to your intuition. Pay attention to the signs. You have the ability to get information. You have the ability to see what's going on. Pay attention to your dreams right now. Pay attention to overheard messages. Watch for the animal messengers that come in your life at this time. You have access to spirit just like everybody else does. So work with that energy. Ask for help in that area. This was not for you. You're just getting more and more confirmation that this, now it's time to build on a solid foundation. When it falls away, now you get the opportunity to start again in the right way. This time, paying attention to the red flags, not ignoring them, not going for the same individual, the same opportunity, not being okay with not being told the truth, asking the questions, asking for truth. Sometimes people don't want to know the truth because they're afraid of the answers, but then they get that. The truth needs to be told. Maybe it's you that needed to tell the truth. Maybe it's you that needed to tell the truth to yourself. You didn't ask the questions. Were you afraid to ask because you didn't want to know the answers? Were you in a codependent cycle? You know, people stay in abusive situations because it's familiar. They know it. They're not happy with it, but they know it. That's not healthy. Spirit wants you to be happy. It's time to move forward and go after what's going to make you happy. It's time to co-create and bring into your life what's in your highest good and team up with others that are aligned with you. One more. Somebody was very rigid. They were not flexible in this situation at all. There was no movement. No one was willing to budge or give. This was not going to work in any way whatsoever. So you need to be rejoicing and recognizing, thank you. You know what? It's going to be better from here on in. I am strong. I can handle this. I'm going to be dignified about this. I'm going to learn my lessons. And I'm going to move on to bigger and better. I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to seek revenge. I accept this for myself. I need to do some introspection and realize, okay, how did I get here? Where am I going? And how am I going to do it differently? And Spirit's going to help you do it. All right, you guys. That's your message for tonight. I hope that that's helpful for you. And Spirit is always with you. Call upon Spirit to help you through any changes you're going through. I love you guys.